Welcome back, guys, and today I'll be teaching you how to make 100k every day in EAFC. So if you're new around here and you need some coins to make a team like mine, you are in the right place. And of course, guys, remember, we're giving away 9 sets of EAFC points or copies of the game to 9 lucky winners. All you've got to do is subscribe, send me proof over on Instagram, and you'll be entered in. And finally, guys, if you do want some coins in a quicker way, well... So if you guys are sick of losing at FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below. Make sure to click the link in the description and let's get into it. And first of all, we're starting off with the tip that I give every single time an Icon SBC comes out. You got Born Legend and Rising Star. Now last year these were a lot better in terms of the reward, but they are still tradable and free profit. If you complete these with untradeable silvers or untradeable bronzes, you get essentially free coins because they are tradable packs. Or if you complete these with just random bronzes in your club, silvers in your club you're never going to use, you do get a return. You get a chance from these silver packs at some players that may be good for evolutions, which is where you can get some profit. And of course, there are some good common players who also are usable in evolution. So you've got this opportunity for some either free coins or some good coins out of the packs. Now, first of all, of course, we need to make profit at the start. And of course, I talk about this all the time. Managers, you have a lot of nations in here, just in the top few, that are going to make you a ton of coins. But if you head over to some more peculiar ones, you got the likes of Algeria, you got the likes of Norway, Belgium, things like that, you're going to have a good chance at getting a little bit more profit. So if I look at here at where the Belgiums are at, you're looking at kind of the 650 mark. So if you're on a low budget, this is really an easy one where you can mass bid and make some coins. So you can see there, 350 straight away. I can list them up for 500 coins. EA tax is not going to be very heavy on that at all. 500 coins, it's going to be 10% would be 50, it would be 25 coins. So on that, I'm going to be making 125 coins. Of course, we can go along and bid on these as well. And I'd say for the bidding, the best one at the minute, if we take off that nation, if we go over to Netherlands, I want to say Netherlands, we can get them for about 1k, maybe 1.2. If we have a look there, 1.1 it looks like. Let's have a look. So you got some there at 750, so they've gone down a little bit from what I thought. So here at 700, you've got a few. Let's see if we can knock that further. So they kind of kick off at around the 650 mark. So you can see here, that's the last of them. Now 700 coins is where we would kind of sell them on. EA tax for that is going to be 35 coins. So if we go down to here, we're making 115 coins per card. So we can snipe at this rate, and obviously, as you can see, they come up pretty quickly. You've not got much competition. It's a very, very easy win. But for those of you who don't want to snipe, or you want to just do this in a little bit of a long form way where you're going to get a load of cards at once, if we pop this to a maximum of, let's say 500, just to get this done en masse, we can bid on every single one of these for 450 coins. Now the chances are I'm not going to win every single one. I might only even win sort of 10 if I bid on maybe 30. But it's a very easy way to get some coins, and all you've got to do is bid along all the pages. Now, of course, the likes of Erik ten Hag, he's going to be a little bit more expensive than these other managers. But for these ones where we can just pick them up really cheaply, we don't have to do much to pick them up. It's just a case of bidding on a load of these cards. You are going to make a decent bit of profit. And you saw there, we picked up one already on a snipe, which we can sell that on for immediate profit. With these ones, you're going to wait a little bit longer, but you will be getting a decent bit back. Now, we've been kicked off the market, of course, because EA cannot afford, for some reason, to bring out a game that works. But today we're looking at making 100k every day, and we're going to start off with a filter that you can transfer between 2 leagues. So first of all, we're going to go over to Manchester City, Premier League, and we're going to go for forward, gold rare, and English. So we know which is on these. We've got Grealish, and of course you've got Foden. Now, if you pop this over to a minimum of 10-250 and you set the league to none, and we pop this as a maximum of, let's say, I think it's 15k, and we want to go forward, you're going to find the likes of Bukayo Saka, we're going to find the likes of Hemp, and there is also, I believe, someone else that gets in the rank. But these two, of course, are going to make you a decent bit of profit as a pair anyway. Now, Hemp currently goes for 13k, and if we look at Saka, I think he's around the same. So Saka's 12,750. So both of them come up on this filter. You're going to be selling them pretty much at 13k. So EA tax is around 700 coins, which means at 12k, you are making profit. Now, of course, you can only get them for as low as 10,250. So you're kind of limited in between those marks for profit. But you can make up to around 2k a card, I think, on this one. And that's, of course, if you aren't missing the snipes like that one where you are literally getting at the lower end of things. We would have got a lovely profit there. Hemp we've missed as well. I mean, it's not looking good for us right now. I think we can pull this back. We should be able to make some coins without missing every single snipe. But of course, if you don't have much luck with this, you get a bit fed up, you can just take that cap off, go over to Prem and pop in Man City, and then you're on the other filter, so you can switch between them quite easily. Now today there has been a Team of the Week released, which is going to reduce one of the other filters that we had previously. So previously we had a nice little forward goal Team of the Week English filter, which gave you the likes of course Watkins, and you're looking at Sterling as well, but we've now got Murphy there. Now of course Murphy's addition is going to lower the value of this filter quite a bit, so we're going to have a look at how much he's going for. I assume he's on the absolute lower end. Now because he just came out and he's an inform, there is a good chance that his price is actually going to drop. I mean, look at the card, it's lower end, it's not going to be very sought after. We're looking to try and grab one right now at around 13k. I can predict by the time some of you guys are going to watch this video, it's going to be looking a lot less. So we got one there at 13,500, easily done. We're going to list that up immediately for 15k. Now I would say I usually stay out of informs in the early stages because they can be a little bit temperamental. So we're going to go at 14,750 just to get that sold on a little bit quicker. But you can of course fiddle about with it if you want. You can play around with the filter. You can see there's none there, so he is going fast. Once you pick him up at these prices, people are grabbing him, but you've got to be careful. You don't want to get him at a price that he's then going to go below, because obviously you're just guaranteed to lose coins. Now because of this also, we can, I believe off the top of my head, do Newcastle as a filter. I'm pretty sure we now have Trippier, and of course we've got Murphy, so we can do both of them as a filter for informs. Now of course Murphy is going to be the cheaper one, but it's still a good little filter. And of course you've then got the likes of, if we take away at Newcastle, we can do Gold Team of the Week and Defender Premier League. Now the unfortunate thing with this one is Lamptey's really high priced, Trippier's high priced, and then we've got Anderson who kind of comes in and ruins it. So we should be able to of course differentiate between these by using the play styles. Unfortunately at the minute we've only got Trippier and Van Dijk with a play style. Now if we head over to the Bundesliga, we've got a couple options with Bayern. So first of all, gold rare midfielder and Bayern, you're looking at around I think 2k for this one, which is actually pretty big. Especially at the minute they're rising. So you got Gnabry, Sane as well, you got Muller. So as a free, it's a pretty good filter because all of them are 84 rated. Of course right now SBCs galore, and things are going to be going up in price, so we should be able to make a little bit more. So 2.2 there, EA tax going to be 10%, so 220. We half that to get the 5%, which is 110. So if we go here, that's 90 coins, and here is 190 coins profit. So realistically, a pretty good profit. All we've got to do is pick up a good one. Now I do think that my sniping's been pretty poor today, so there is a chance that we don't get a brilliant snipe like we usually would, but of course we're optimistic. There's potential we can make some good coinage. Now of course you've got a few other filters that we can do with Bayern if we don't have any luck like we aren't there. So first of all, if we go over to Playstyles Plus and midfielder, you've got the likes of Musiala, Lema, unfortunately, who does come in there, and then we should have Goretzka as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this back over to Germany, because it seems like that's the only way you can do things with Bayern, and we're going to be looking at Kimmich and Musiala. I did believe that Goretzka got in there, but it looks like maybe he's just about slotted out. So Musiala here at the kind of 20k mark, which is pretty low for a card that did look like the Wonder Kid card of the year. He's got 5-star skills moves, 4-star weak foot. I think you can make a pretty mean 100k team right now in foot. Now I do believe that 14,750 was probably a snipe, so we've missed out a bit on coins there. You're looking at about 16k for this one. EA tax is going to be 800, so maybe even more than that. 16.5, 17k. What's he actually worth? It does seem like he's worth a good bit. So we'll say 17k, EA tax on that is about 1,000 coins. So we're going to snipe him at 15,750 and below. So if we can find like a 15,250 or a 15,500, I think we are pretty happy. There's too many on the market. I don't like sniping when there's more than one, or like there's 3 coming up and they're just kind of sitting. We don't want to do that because you've always got that risk that something's just going to absolutely do us over. So we're going to hopefully get a nice little Musiala snipe. We missed a 14,750. We missed some snipes while we were trying to work out the price. We've got that one there, so that is absolutely golden. So should we make some good coins off of this one here? You can see it isn't actually as hard. I think people are making it out that it's really hard to snipe this year. It's not. I think it is just that there is an extra layer of effort that you do have to put in, I think, because bots are more prevalent. There are a lot of more ways that people can take advantage of the system. And I'm not saying bots are a bad thing. I've done my fair share of promotion for bots, but it is just something that people do use as an excuse, say they're not very, usable, or it's not very easy to do things now because of bots. It's honestly not that hard. You've just got to put in a shift with the sniping and actually put in the effort. Now we've got Harry Kane here, and of course Coman. available on this one, so you just want to do gold team of the week and Bayern. For Harry Kane, he's going to have an EA tax of about 10k. It's 7, but it's near enough 10. That's probably the easiest way to work out. So we realistically want to snipe him at about 125k. I do think this is possible. He's not a very desirable inform, so he's one of them ones where it's just going to be a little bit of a shift and a little bit of effort put in, and you should be able to get yourself a nice little snipe. Of course, we do have the likes of Goretzka coming in on this one as well. I don't think Goretzka is going to be coming up just because he's probably going to be one of the more expensive ones available on the market. So we are going to hope that someone lists a Harry Kane and we get a nice little profit there. Of course, being that his EA tax is 7k, we're going to be making, I think, 8k off this one. So nice little profit. If you want to take it down to 123, you'll be making 10k a card, but you're obviously going to see less cards coming up. If you head over to Base Hero and Defender and Bundesliga, sticking with the Bundesliga, you're looking at around 100k for the like of Cola. Now, of course, on top of this, you have Lazaro at around 200k. So you do have the opportunity to get Lazaro. I do think it's going to be a little bit harder, of course, because he's a more desirable card. But at 95k, realistically, EA tax is about 5k. You're looking at picking this guy up for about 85 and you're making a very good profit. Now, bear in mind, not a lot of people are picking up Cola, and he's also not going to be many people's first thought for sniping. Now, a good way of doing this may be, if you want to pop the max price to 85k, this actually would be one that I would argue is biddable. So for example, you've got a couple here. I reckon you could bid this one up to 85 and get a decent chance of winning it, similarly to the rest of them. Lazaro, you can probably bid him up to maybe 160, 170 for the hope, but it's a bit 50-50. Now, of course, let me give you some absolute gems over in the Belgium side of things. If we go over to Belgium, of course, we've got the cheating filter. So Belgium, gold, minimum 10-250. If you have a look on there, you're going to be looking at De Bruyne and Courtois. So you just need to set this up at their own values. So if we pop this to, I think, 60k, maybe even 70k, you got both of them coming up there. Now, if we take off gold in this one, you're going to find the like on top of this of course Mertens, Luka Baiko, Lukaku. Some of these aren't very useful because they're pretty crap cards, but if you pop this over to Prem and do the same thing, you're going to have the likes of Doku and De Bruyne. So you can switch between those two quite easily, going from Belgium gold to Belgium and Prem, and then you're looking at a very nice set of filters. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.